We're here at the airport bright and early, leaving Romania for Amsterdam. We've only ever been in Amsterdam's airport once before. Looking forward to exploring the city of canals. We've dropped our things off at the student hotel where we're staying and are now off to go explore the city. We're now at this little outdoor market. Okay, big outdoor market.
Number 1 or number 2? Lekker! Yes, alsjeblieft. Eet zo makkelijk.
We're getting herring. Here's our herring on a plate and in bread. Now this is something we don't see a lot, having food from Suriname. We're at the beautiful museum plain. It's a beautiful flower market. We just had an Indonesian rice tafel, which means rice table. It was quite the feast. Delicious. All of these canals are really beautiful. This is really a night city. Everything comes to life at night. We took a nice long walk through the city and are back at our hotel. Good morning to Sunday in Amsterdam. Sunday is probably the most boring day to be in Europe because most things are closed. But we're starting out our Sunday morning with a visit to the Rijksmuseum. That was a nice museum visit, but we're now going to explore a little bit more of the city. We just had lunch at a really good Israeli restaurant that had sourdough pita. Now we're just walking the streets and there's a surprisingly large number of things open for a Sunday. We're close to the farmers market that we visited yesterday and I really like this neighborhood. It feels so local. This is a fascinating little neighborhood, kind of like a Chinatown right next to the red light district. There are so many cool streets to explore in Amsterdam. So many different cultures. There's a trendy international food court here that's worth having a look. Wow, look at this place. It's absolutely bustling. We just had a delicious dinner of more pita and hummus, and now we're just exploring this Jordan neighborhood. We started our day here with a delicious pancake breakfast. Beautiful central train station. So change of plans, we're going to The Hague instead. Didn't expect to find these really open galleries here. Who could have guessed The Hague has its area in Chinatown? We're now in the old town of Delft. I can definitely see why this is such a big attraction. It's totally different from Amsterdam. This is a delicious little cheese shop. I've never tried so many different goudas before. This was completely impromptu, but we're visiting 3 cities in one day. Just 15 minutes later on the train, we've now arrived in Rotterdam. I've heard interesting things about the architecture in Rotterdam. I thought Amsterdam was a modern city, but Rotterdam even more so. Now this is a cool city. This is the Linbaan, a completely pedestrianized shopping street. The architecture here is amazing. There's a building there that's known as the Pencil. This is a huge building for the market hall. So many food options inside. These are cube houses. Probably the most unique architecture I've seen. What a beautiful view of the river. Look at this amazing vegetarian thali with mango lassi, with rice, with naan. Antwerp is such a maritime city, reminds me a lot of San Francisco or Boston. We're now on the train leaving Amsterdam on the way to Belgium. We're here now in the center of Antwerp. It's a really nice place, but it's just very rainy. We had lunch at a really interesting Moroccan restaurant, of all things. And I never knew that Antwerp had such a vibrant, bustling old town. It's just the rain that's a bit of a downer today. This was completely random, but since it's raining so much, we're going to the movies. This is a cool tunnel that the escalator is going through. We're finished with our quick one-night stopover in Antwerp and are headed to Bruges. This is one beautiful train station. This is a beautiful area. It kind of reminds me of a university town. So many canals. A little bit cloudy today, but this city is so charming. This is a beautiful central market square.
So this is how the pipelines look, and this is how they are put underground, a big 3 kilometers long, to get your Brussels beer bottled. But that's how you can see that this is the chocolate that comes from Bruges and it's made by Bruges.
We're heading a little outside of the touristy area to look at a residential part of Bruges. We're sitting down for a Flemish meal. This is steak tartare. Looks amazing. We're back at our absolutely beautiful hotel. Having spent the day yesterday in Bruges, we're going to take the train for the 1-hour ride down to Brussels today.
Impossible to use black olive tapenade or no black olive. The black olive is homemade. It's just black olive, olive oil, garlic. I do everything here.
Following my Rick Steves guidebook for another little walking tour. We're heading now to check out the Royal Art Museums of Brussels. We visited the Magritte Museum and learned a lot about Surrealism, and now we're just finishing our tour of the upper town. There's an incredible view of the town here. We made a stop for dinner, and now on our way back to Bruges. We're headed on the bus to our final destination in Europe, which is Lille in France. We've arrived in Lille, and there's a super modern train station and shopping complex here. We just got our COVID test because we are flying back to the US tomorrow. Now we've got plenty of time to explore Lille. It's a charming little city. We're just exploring the city and came across this little kiddie amusement park. Turns out that most of France goes on vacation in August, so we're actually playing a little game to count how many stores and restaurants are closed for vacation. We're right outside the city gates of the old town. It's been a beautiful final night in Europe.